everybody, and you are very, very welcome to this quick video today, maximum 30 minutes. I'm going to be talking about how you over here on YouTube and LinkedIn and a few of my Facebook groups and you over here on Instagram Live can prepare for our upcoming masterclass, which is starting on Monday. Here's the workbook. If you don't have a workbook, here's how you go about it. If you're not registered for the masterclass, which is totally free, here's how you go about it as well. I have a group on Facebook called the Thoughts Become Things Community. If you're on Instagram, just go to my bio and you'll see the link. Click on the link and join the group. When you join the group, one of my amazing team, they're my success advisors. You saw it on my Instagram reel and on my page yesterday. I dressed them all up like ABBA. There's 4 amazing people, 2 men and 2 women on my team. Each one of them will take care of you for the full week. They'll get you the workbook. They'll get you another document that I'm going to be adding to my stream here in a moment. But first of all, we welcomed, I think, about 250 people in the last few days into the masterclass. So I just want to help everyone to get prepared for it. Even with this preparation, by the way, we've been doing these for 10 months now, these monthly masterclasses, and we're always trying to make it better and better. So last month was the first time that I decided that I would do something on the Saturday to help people to have all of Saturday and all of Sunday to prepare and kind of get your mind ready before you get into the masterclass. So you're really hitting the ground running. So what I did was I came up with something that I found very powerful in May and June 2020. Lockdown hit, a couple of about 6 or 8 weeks of adjusting, and then I started to realize I needed to make a shift if I was going to, keep going at the level I was at, or even how could I possibly grow my business. So I really hit the books and I started studying. And one of the best things I studied in May and June last year was called the MIQ document. It's called, which that stands for Most Important Questions. The most important questions you should ask yourself in your life. I'm going to be sharing it here on my screen over on all of the applications I'm streaming on. You won't get to see it on Instagram, but just head over to my Facebook page and you'll find the replay of this video, and your success advisor will get you this document as well. So the most important questions document I'm going to discuss in a moment, but let me just give you a little bit of an insight into what the masterclass is all about. I run something that's called the Academy of Thinking into Results, and in this academy, people are thinking about results they want in their life in varying levels. There's A, B, and C type results. A-type results is something that you already know you could do if you could do it. You've done it once, you can do it again. Not really. An A-type goal isn't really something that you have to do with passion. It's just aimless enough, and you're going to get there. It doesn't change your life when you get the result. It just kind of confirms to a certain level that you're at. A B-type goal would be if kind of change is enforced upon you sometimes, or if it's a time of year and you need to increase your income or do something, make a shift. Let's say he loses the job or she loses the job, you have to go after like a B-type goal to plug that hole, right? And again, not a lot of stimulation in the personal development world with a B-type goal. So the C-type goal is what everybody in the academy is going after. They're going after something that is going to kind of not just define who they are right now, but we typically find it leads to generational shifts. We find that when this person really makes a big change, it doesn't just stay within them. It tends to ripple out into the people in their workplace, into the people they share their life with, their loved ones, their children, their parents, whatever it may be. They go from somebody who's trying to ram positivity and personal development down a person's throat to kind of leading by example and having those people that they were hoping would, tap into something like this actually starting to come to them instead and say, hey, what are you doing? I want to hear more about that. And that's what I'd always say to people. It's great to be generous, but when it comes to your personal development, be a little bit selfish with yourself. This is your life. And, I used to do it all for my wife and kids. It was the wrong energy. I was coming from a place of they don't have the best of me or they don't have enough. So I better do it or else, they're going to be ashamed of me or this type of stuff. So it was the wrong energy. And then my coach 5 years ago taught me to get a bit selfish in the right way. Do it for me, do it for my joy, my happiness, my experience of my time on this earth. And that was the best thing I ever did. And I'm blessed to say that's what I spend, I want to say 5 days a week doing, because I know my assistant Laura is watching, but it's probably 7 days, 375 days a year. Yeah, 365. I've never really switched off. This is a way of life, for me, rather than a job or a career. So I just love it to bits and pieces. Great to see a dear friend of mine here on Instagram watching. She told me last year I made some kind of inspirational talk down by the shoreline, and she listened to it and she took action and got herself a promotion in her chosen career, and I'm delighted for her. And that lights me up. I'm so happy. All right, so let's give you a little bit of an insight into the academy. Everyone who's doing the 5-day, and by the way, I'm talking fast because I want you to get the best out of this. It's Saturday afternoon. I really want you to get back out into that sunshine as fast as you can. I'm getting out into it as well. This masterclass, we teach generally 12 modules. I'm taking 5 of those and bringing them in. They really are powerful and impactful. And I want to give you as much as I can, 1 hour a day on each of the modules, so that you can really honestly look at your life, look at kind of how we do what we do in our company. You're going to have a lot of our clients in there. You're going to have a lot of people just like you who are kind of sitting on the fence and kind of at the edge of the field looking in saying, I wonder, is this like real, and do people actually do this? I want to give you a list of people who watched our masterclasses going back to September, October last year, and what they're doing right now. So, for example, I have a lady there earlier on messaged me yesterday, and she said she was asked to do something which was going to be 25 euros an hour, and she said, no, I only do it for 50 euros an hour. She also just messaged me earlier on saying that she's after attracting an 800 euros a month contract for writing blogs and articles and stuff for a company that deals primarily in relationship courses like that. So this is just an example of some of the things. A lady who this is a really good example of somebody who worked on herself, and it's trickled out into her family. So her husband was like, okay, I'm supportive. I don't know if you need that course or if you need to work with these people, but go for it if you want to, which is great. And he has started listening to the audiobooks, and he started watching what she's doing and tuning into some of our lessons. And he went off then and said, I got a surprise for you next week, and came back with a brand new, I think it's brand new, but it's a really, really new Audi, which she loves. And even in lockdown, and it was impossible to get because you can't visit the workshops or the showrooms, they ended up with it. So I'm just thinking about that lady. She's diversified, gone into other multiple sources of income, and recently now is scrapping her goal that she started with us and looking at a whole new goal, which is an absolutely career-defining decision for her. And she's making it with such ease and effortless because I'm going to read 4 different levels of consciousness in a moment, and she's somewhere between 2 and 3 all the time now, almost heading into 4, but 2 or 3 is very creative, very like in that high manifestation type of the zone where it just keeps happening, keeps accelerating. And I knew she would get there long before she started working with us, because I was following her on Instagram. I just knew she had it in her, and we just showed her the way, which is awesome. I'm looking at a gentleman who has, his family told him to give up on an investment that he made. Money's gone, just forget about it. And he didn't. And he started working with us, and we started helping him to really get clear on what he wanted, and therefore started attracting more of what he wanted, because you get what you think about all day long. And that's just not something that's cool and quirky in the YouTube world of personal development. This is real. This is life. You tend to attract what you think about. So we got this wonderful gentleman. He's a very, very popular guy in our academy. I've been WhatsApping him this morning, and he's been singing Elvis down the phone to me, so he knows who he is. He's an absolute gent. Can't wait to meet him in the flesh. Never even got to meet the guy yet. But his life has turned around like so much. He's just made a complete career decision yesterday, and I'm so happy for him. And after he made the decision, he went back and looked at the goal that he wrote with us last year when he started in September, and he'd forgotten that this part of it is there, and now it's here. So he's like, that's how it happens. This gentleman, his life and the business that he is creating and is going to create is going to help people with a phobia that an awful lot of people have. He is a global leader in this, but he's not living that global leader life now. He knows it's in him, and working through our masterclass back in September and eventually moving in then and joining the full academy, which was his choice. You don't have to do that if you don't want to, but that was his choice, and that's what he did. And it's just brought his life to another level. And what I love about it is he's never going back again. It's always going to be here, and I know he's going to go there because he's in service of people all the time, and life just gives you the best of stuff when you live that way. So then I can give you, look, I have a few more written down. I have a gentleman, literally web design and looking at generational wealth for his family. And we've totally started getting him to change about his thoughts about the business that he's in and the digital marketing business he's in. Another gentleman emailed me his goal this morning. He sent it 2 days ago, and it was in bullet points, and I got him to get totally emotionally involved with it. I recorded him a 6-minute voice recording this morning, and he's buzzing, and so am I. I can see this completely coming into life for this man. I've no doubt about him whatsoever. So these are just examples of people who could be you. You could be one of the 250 people that just joined our group in the last couple of weeks. Hoping, wishing, wanting that someday something will change. Well, here's something that all the 11 or 1,200 people in the group have in common, whether you're watching us from China or whether you're watching us from Cork, you know. We all have changed in the last year. We've all become accustomed to people wearing face masks, hand sanitizing wherever you go, not leaving your home, not seeing your family, not traveling, freedom of movement. Change happens. If this generation has not learned that change comes along sometimes and smacks you right across the face, then I don't know what we can say to you. But personal growth is a choice. And you're going to learn on day 3 of the masterclass. We're going to talk about, actually, no, day 3 isn't actually. Day 5, we're going to be talking about how to choose faith over fear and why people are still gripped and held back by fear, regardless of, yeah, I know that stuff, and yeah, I'm into that. I know I can change my life. I'm really interested in that. We show people how they go from being interested to being committed, how they go from being someone who accepts only results they want and never accepts excuses ever again. Okay, so let me give you an example of how this is perfect for you, regardless of what stage you're at or what level you are at. Okay, so number one, most of us at some stage of our life, we're always in one of these levels of awareness. Okay, so number one is the victim stage, kind of blaming other people for where we're at, feeling hard done by, feeling that we would have achieved other things if only. Somebody who can become very reactionary, react to things rather than respond and think how they want it to be. People who live in this state all the time are really thinking that life is subject to what's going on around us. Last year when lockdown happened, I got rattled by that stage of vibration, that stage of attitude. I looked at my only strategy was hotel seminars in Ireland, meeting and greeting, shaking those hands, people really getting to know me for 3 hours and saying, yeah, I want to work with you. I had never really promoted myself that much online, and now I had to. So that's why I went back and redefined, okay, this is how my life works. I can scale up regardless of a global pandemic. And that has been the experience in my life and in the lives of, like I would say, 99.9% of our clients, because some of them have not had the opportunity to go out and do it yet because, of course, the country's kind of closed down a little bit. But they've done the inner work. Now it's time to take it out and experience it in the outer world when everything opens up again. So everybody can relate to that, you know, reacting to things, feeling kind of stuck, feeling unmotivated. We all remember, even people who are successful find themselves there very quickly. You know, it can happen. So it's just a state of vibration. Now, I would say the 1,200 people in Thoughts Become Things community, most of my people following over here, 1,800 of you guys on Instagram, I think you're at this stage called the awakening stage. And in the awakening stage, you start to go, I believe this stuff. I think I can really influence and impact what's going to happen in my life with my choices, with my decisions, with my attitude, with my confidence. I believe if I try a little bit harder, or if I even just dream a little bit more, or if I have the right intention, or if I have the proper affirmation, and if I have discipline, I really feel I can get the results that I see those people getting. I can drive those cars that I see those driving. I can move into those houses. I can say that I have financial freedom. I can say that, you know, I work for myself now and I've decided to earn this much so I can spend this time with my children while they're young. This is the awakening phase where you're looking at it and you're saying, yeah, I think I can, I probably can, and I know there's people that do that. I think everyone watching this live knows somebody who's done that. They can say, well, if he did, I can. Well, if she did, I can. You know, if my grandmother did, then I can. And they had no devices back then. They had no internet and they did it, you know. So the awakening phase is where you don't ever want to spend too much time back at the victim stage. You're just done with that. You know, it's up to you. If it is going to be, it's up to me. Okay. And then level 3. So you might want to write these down. Level 1 is like that victim stage, reacting. Level 2 is like an awakening stage where, you know, I wish I could do more. I feel inspired to do more. Then level 3 is it's called recoding yourself. So in level 3, you know, and this is where I spend most of my time. You know, there's an outer and an inner world. In this week on Tuesday evening, I was taking shots on my son, and then I was in goal and he was taking shots on me, and it was Champions League final, and we're pinging him into the top corner, and we're away in our imagination. And I was aware that I was having the best time of my life with my son and playing soccer and beautiful sunny spring evening time. But I was fully aware of 2 polarizing opposites in my professional life. Heaviness going on over here, An absolute bliss and excitement going on over here. For those of you who are fans of personal development, you'd have heard of Grant Cardone and this very other really charismatic guy from New York called Gary Vaynerchuk. Gary V, he goes by. Well, they were two people who recently featured on a podcast, and one of the next people to feature on that podcast is this bucko here from Southwest Kerry. It's phenomenal. One of my goals in 2021 is to get 1 million followers and subscribers across all the platforms. It's just a goal. I want to do it. I never really thought about that before. I want it. It's on my goal list. And it just came into form. So I got that message. Our company got another message which would benefit us to the tune of a 6-figure kind of a result. And the other thing was, there's a TEDx event coming up in Tralee, County Kerry, and I've submitted a video, and sure, we'll see where it goes. Hopefully I'll be selected to be up there on the 15th of October. Let's see what happens. Both of those 3 positive things were happening in my life. And there I am in the middle, kicking soccer with my son, having fun, dinners in the oven, happy days. They're healthy, they're happy, my parents are healthy. I don't know anybody really affected by COVID. Life is good, my clients are thriving, my team is thriving, I'm happy. But I'm aware of these 3 wonderful things going on here. Then I'm aware of some heaviness going on over here. But in the middle, I'm experiencing the life that I wrote into existence over the last 5 years. So when you're in level 3, you're in this place that's called recoding yourself. And this is where so many people are looking at Facebook and YouTube, and they're reading Think and Grow Rich, and they're like, I think I can. There's something in this for me. And you don't ever step into level 3 because you're at the awakened phase where you're just like, someday I'll, and hopefully I will. So what I'm telling you is this masterclass starts to grab you and pull you right into number 3, because we're going to actively get you to go through each lesson every day, put in your homework, take a photograph, submit your homework to us so we can see, we keep you accountable. And this document and our expertise and the camaraderie that you'll get from the fellow students that are commenting in the group and raising the energy and raising the vibration, you're going to start seeing that compassion, forgiveness, manifestation, visualization, affirmations, this is the kind of life that you get to live from morning till night anyway, along with all of that busyness that people who are in the victim stage and the awakened stage live in. Everybody is the same 24/7, 365. Everybody. I've seen people go through our academy who have, people with intellectual and physical disabilities in their house, and they have so much time pressures, but they do it anyway, because they understand that the 70,000 thoughts that pours through our lives every single day can be taken and directed for good, or can be taken and directed for negativity. That's when you're in that recoding stage, and that's where all of our academy clients are. They're all, it's like when you're in the playground, in the fun fair, and there's all these horses going by, and if you push the button fast enough, or if you squirt the water fast enough, your horse will run to the end and you'll win. Our clients are kind of getting wins and getting a bit stuck, getting some wins, and they look like some are ahead and some are behind. In truth, everyone is just on their own journey, and I work with each individual person, and they know that. We had one lady yesterday got her win 22 days past her deadline, but I'm just so happy for her, because I know she was in a group where she could probably see everybody else winning on time, and this is so good for this lady. So I'm so happy for her. But she's now in this recoding. Everyone is that we work with full time. But here's level 4, and I have dabbled. I've gone into level 4, back to level 3, into level 4, back to level 3. But level 4 is where you're not just existing; you really are becoming extraordinary, and you're living an extraordinary life. What is that? Well, it's mapped out with a purpose. I spend all of my time on purpose. Laura, my assistant, said, "Look, Declan, I know you say you garden, and today I'm right outside the window here. I'm making a picnic bench." Everybody was in bed. I was 6:20 a.m. I was having a cup of coffee. I'd done an hour and a half of reading and meditation and stuff. I was having my first coffee of the day, and I was sitting outside, and the birds were starting to chirp, and the sun was coming up, and it was a flat, calm sea. And I just took a break from it, and I started scrolling through TikTok, and I saw a fella in a time lapse making a picnic bench, and I said, "Tonight we're eating from a picnic bench that I've made myself." I was the first customer at the timber yard this morning. Bought all the supplies, brought it home, and everybody woke up saying, "What's Daddy doing?" So basically, I'm not existing. I am living on purpose all of the time. I'm somebody who's on purpose with a purpose. When you live like that, your health improves, your wealth improves, your relationships improve. Time slows down. I used to wish for the weekend. Now I kind of don't like going to bed. It's like I can't wait to wake up and start the day over. And I promise you, I remember being so frustrated and stuck at 30 and at 16. Then my wife told me I was going to be a dad when I was 29, and I remember going, geez, the pressure of that's going to be somebody else that I'm failing, not just her. Now I'm failing someone, a baby. I'm a waster. I'm never going to get there. This was my thoughts till I was 35. I wouldn't dare say something to somebody else that I used to say to myself in here. That negative inner critic never went away. Well, it's gone now. And as I said, I can be aware of some BS going on. I can be aware of times where I'm not feeling absolutely beautifully loved by my wife, and she's not feeling the love for me. But you know what? It doesn't matter. We're still, still getting on great, still doing great things. I'm aware of the stuff that drags people right into a week of feeling stuck or a few days of feeling stuck. But now it's a moment, or it's a few hours at best. Okay, that's the level 4. And after that, I think you're probably just taken off the earth after that. You're just floating into, you're just dissolving into some particles after that. But those 4 levels, a victim stage, an awakening stage, a recoding stage, and the bending reality stage is the 4th one. So with bending reality, you get an image of what you want. Don't write down something you don't want, because you're energetically, you're not going to vibrate into it. You're not going to attract it. You've got to go after once. Everything that I'm doing, I want to do. If I don't want to do it, I'm probably not doing it. There's things I really want to do, but they're put on the shelf. There's inventions I've come up with that are on the shelf. There's a food business idea that I've been talking about for years. It's on hold. I'm doing what I want to do. I'm on purpose with a purpose. My mission is to help the clients I'm working with, the people on the masterclass, my team, and my assistant Laura, and my own family, and it's rippling out from there. And watching the results of like all these people and my team, and watching their children benefit, and watching there's one gentleman called Michael at the moment in our client base. He was in Galway the other day with his job, and he had a fascinating conversation with this man, and this man is now joining our masterclass because of that conversation. So there's a ripple effect. When we go through anxiety, we suppress it, and we don't tell people what we're going through. But when you're on fire and things are going well, you can't hide it. You feel good, you act good, you speak well, you treat people well, you contribute so much back to society. So how can you prepare for Monday? You might have felt this first 25 minutes like, oh, it's so overwhelming, there's so much going on. Well, one thing that I say, that I'm proud of a lot of the things I say to my clients, but one thing that I love to say is, take your time, just relax. There's no rush. If you need a few extra weeks, let's do a few extra weeks. I typically take people into the academy for 6 months, but we just have that as an agreement. If it goes over a little bit at the end because they've been stuck for a few weeks, no problem. One of the big things our negative inner critic and our paradigm can use against us is this misconception that we're racing towards the end. Like when you are having difficulty and you stick in the now and you just look at the moment and assess what's going on, forget the past, forget where you're going, deal with what you have right now. It's extraordinary. So I'm going to help everyone to take these 25 minutes I've done and just slow down a little bit. And I'm going to share something now on my stream here. So if you're on Instagram, you won't be able to see this, but just go with me. What I'm going to be talking about here is the preparation document that I want you to have for the week ahead. And it's called the MIQ document. And it's talking about the most important question. And you literally have 3 columns. And the 3 columns have a heading each. One is experiences, one is growth, and one is contribution. So you don't even have to have the document here. You can, you don't even have to have the document if you're on Instagram. You can just write these headings down, or when you join the Facebook group, Thoughts Become Things, we'll give it to you over there. For experiences, this is what I started to do last May and June. I already had done goal setting. It's just COVID happened. And I started looking like, okay, it's a different world. So I need to look at it differently than I have been, even though my life had transformed like night and day, so much different in 4.5 years. A year ago, I had to reassess and look at things differently. So I started going into the MIQ document. It's something I got from Vishan at Mind Valley. And it's a beautiful document, and it served me so well. So what we do here is we, let's just see if that's, yeah. Am I changing that there over on the stream? I hope I am. Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. Okay, anyway, yeah, you don't need to see the end of it. So experiences start off with, what experiences do you want to have? And that's what I started to look at. I started to look at what experiences do I want to have, not what items do I want to attain? The experiences started to be about my family and seeing them in Australia with my sister and her family, and seeing things, experiences. And I would write down a list of 20. So I'd recommend you do that over here, and I'd recommend you guys over on YouTube and all the other places I'm streaming. Start writing down a list of 20 experiences that you want to experience. If you find it hard, aim for 20, because if you come up with 10, you'll probably have done more on your personal development this Saturday than nearly most people ever do. So write down 20 experiences that you want. Not that you think those people at work would like to see you. I'll show them. That's not an experience. An experience is, I want to lie beside my wife. I want her to be here on my right, and on a kind of a lie-low with a nice drink with a big umbrella and some fruit stick out the top of it. And I want to see her face satisfied. I want to see her going, this is great. I want to see the 3 kids running and diving into the pool. No rules pool, like a no rules type of pool. I want to see them laughing. I want to smell the suntan lotion on my hand. And I want this to be in California with my brother, my sister-in-law, and my nephew and niece over there. Or else we all meet and we're in Mexico or something. That's an experience, right? Next experience. I want to be seeing a video presentation done by this couple that work with us, Yelena and Dusan. I want to see, they work in my team, and I want my team to grow. I want my company to grow so that the team is thriving. So my second experience I want to mention today is I will see them soon doing a Facebook Live or tour of their new home that they've bought in a country they want to move to with their little girl there. And then another experience is actually visiting it. Dusan's a big guy, and he wants to get a custom-made desk, and I've already seen the desk 100 times over. That's an experience. I want to walk into a plane with my mom and dad and say, no, you're not going right, you're going left. They're like, what? Yeah, you're going up the front here. This is how you're going to travel, and so on and so forth. Sounds like superficial, only into money and that kind of stuff. I'm not. These are experiences that are precious to me. Yours are for you. I want to have, like the food business I thought about is something it's very unique. So I'm going to put a patent or a patent, whatever you want to call it. And then I'm going to franchise it out to the developing world because it relies on sunshine and stuff like that. And all I want is for them to pay like the net amount, that it doesn't cost. It's like not-for-profit, I think you would call it. And then help them. So I will help them to grow their businesses. That's it. As long as they buy the system, which keeps jobs in Southwest Kerry, they buy the system, they buy the products, and we ship it from Carsavine to places in India, South America, any country that is developing. That's an experience I want to experience. It's nothing to do with I want this for me, because it's not for me. Okay, so these are my experiences that I want. This is what I started writing last year, 8 weeks after lockdown, and this is why, nearly a year later, my business has grown probably 3 times, and that's fantastic, great stuff. But it started with, what do I want? And then next column is growth. So list your experiences, then list your growth. So when you list your experiences, you start to realize, what's the growth that I need to go through? So I need to be more effective if that food business is going to happen. I need to be more organized. I need to be better at applying for funding. I need to be better at asking for help. I need to be better at talking to engineers. I need to be better at finding out about exports. We're in Ireland and Brexit has happened, and how do I now, has my export idea changed? So the growth that I have to go through is a lot of learning, or I need to get better at hiring people who are better at the stuff that I don't need to grow into. So just growth as an employer. Experiences are first. The second column is growth. What is the growth that I need to go through to have those experiences? And third of all is contribution. I have a lot of books on the shelf over there. And there's 2 books over there that really have helped me to understand the power and importance of contribution in the world of law of attraction and law of vibration. When you're living with a mindset of contribution, you really are, they talk about cleanliness being close to godliness. Well, when you're thinking of contribution, you're really, there's no ego. It's not how much can I draw in and shove into the bank. That, who cares? Like, that is going, when you're dead, you're gone. Like, that's it. You don't take any of that with you. Contribution, it's far better to have, I heard a really cool phrase one time. They were talking about money and manure. And money, when it's stacked up high, like when you stack cash up high, you put it in biscuit tins or in bags or in duffel bags or whatever, and you shove it away somewhere, it actually stinks and it goes off. It gets moldy and it smells. So when you stack it up, it goes smelly and it doesn't do anything for anyone. But when you spread it around, it makes stuff grow. The same with manure. You stack it in the side of a field, it just goes stinky and it makes a big pile and it does nothing. Spread it on the field and it makes the grass grow. The best manure of all, right? Contribution is the human being's intention. How can I give back? You don't even need money. You just need to do it. I spoke to a lady. She's a wonderful client I'm working with right now. One of the biggest hearts I've ever felt. Like, she's amazing, right? This lady is working full-time as a manager in a major retailer, and she wants to go in and do something like I'm doing, with coaching and consulting with businesses and individuals to help them to get to the next level and the next level and the next level. And on her 2 days off, she took one of them to go back in, because one lady missed the training last week, and she knows that this lady wants to enjoy her job. So with her big heart, she said, look, I'll come in. And your one was like, but it's your day off. And she said, yeah, but I'll come in. That's contribution. I'll come in and I'll do the training. It's only a few hours out of my day off. Who cares? And I said to her, do you know that you're coaching and consulting with people with everything else apart from a script or a cert? You are doing it. And she also has a friend who's going through a health concern. And she gave her some advice, a mindset type of an advice, some actions around things, of course, you know, in unison with this woman's health protocols. And this woman is transformed and changed, and she's grateful to my client. So her contribution is, she's not waiting to become a coach to do it. She's doing it anyway. I think most of you guys are. So think of your experiences, think of the growth, and think of the contribution that you'd like to give, and have fun with it. Some of the best fun that I have is with a blank piece of paper and a pen, because I can see it in very wealthy people, in people who are hoping to gain wealth. I can see it on their faces when I'm at the front of the seminar rooms in Galway, Waterford, Limerick, Cork, Dublin. I say, I have a question for you. What do you want? And they go, and it's unbelievable. And I've seen it on faces of some of my colleagues as well, even though, you know, we've achieved so much. And that's what I asked myself last May and June, when I started to feel stuck, when I started to see my results go down. I started back with, what do I want? And I'm really grateful that I found this course with Mind Valley from Vishan. This document came from there. The MIQ, most important questions. What are the experiences I want to have? What is the growth I want to go through? What is the contribution that I want to give back to the world? That's the preparation that I want you to go through this weekend in preparation for this masterclass. If you're on Instagram, there's 1,800 of you on there. It won't be hosted on Instagram. It's going to be over on my Facebook page. So get over there to watch it. Get over there to be part of the masterclass. The minute you enroll, one of my 4 team members are going to contact you. It's going to be Adrian, Yelena, Dusan, Megan. So keep a check on your messenger. There's your profile picture in the top of Messenger. Click on that, because their messages might have gone into some sort of a spam or another folder. So just click on it and they'll say, hey, you've joined Declan's masterclass. I'm your guide. I'm your success advisor. And they'll help you. They'll help me to help you all week. Okay. So we usually have a few hundred people watching, and they can each, you know, speak with about 100 people at a time. So let's get in there. Let's have great fun. I'm going to enjoy the rest of my Saturday. And then when it gets dark, I'm coming in here to make a whole new office out of IKEA furniture. Yes, how exciting is that? Alan Key's coming out my ears tonight. And then I'll be back live in this office with a whole new setup Monday, with some amazing energy, some amazing stories. Changes are going to happen to some of you who are watching this right now, right through our masterclass, because people don't give enough attention to this. And because you're part of our masterclass, you're going to give it an hour, 2 hours a day. And it just turns in your direction and starts coming to you like you would not believe. So thanks for watching. I'll see you this week. I can't wait. I want to finish off with one thing. There's a lady, especially over on Instagram. There's a lady who's been following me on Instagram, and I didn't know that. I don't know her personally, but she's been dealing with Adrian, who's on my team. And she has the linen shirt company in Ireland, right? The linen shirt company in Ireland. And she sent me this week. I'm going to wear this during the masterclass. She got it bang on. Look at that, medium. She said M for medium, but I think M stands for like extremely muscly. Thanks very much. You got that right. I'm joking. No, you got it right. Medium is about right. I hope I fit in. But I want to say thank you so much. Look at that amazing logo. Isn't that beautiful? And it's a great shirt. I can't wait to wear it. But yeah, it's like one of the first things that somebody on Instagram has sent me. So am I some an influencer model now? This is great. But I honestly, I'm so grateful to you for sending that on to me, and it came with a lovely letter and lovely kind words. So yes, I'll see you on the masterclass. Again, Linen Shirt Company, thank you so much. Support Irish, and I'll be modeling this like next week. I can't wait to wear it. So thank you very, very much for sending that. You're too kind. Goodbye, everyone. God bless. Have a beautiful Saturday. Hustle and grow. There's my man, number 1111. He's a good dude, and I'm really grateful to hear. And Jonathan Cleary, look at him, superstar coach in Killarney, amazing golfer too. Tara Duggan's here, lovely lady up in Donegal. Great to see you. And Joanne Henderson, lovely to see you. You came to a masterclass actually that 3 of my team came to, in Adrian, Elaine, and Dusan. They're all with me, and I think you were at the same one. I even remember where you were sitting. So good to see you. Rachel's here. Hey, Rachel, good to see you. All right, guys, we'll leave it at that for now. Lots of love. Everybody over in the Thoughts Become Things group, find out who your success advisor is, get this workbook, and get ready. We are going to have an absolutely phenomenal week next week. Bye, Instagram Live. Goodbye, everybody over there. Time to go make some furniture. I want to break free. I want to break free. I want to break free.